What is up, my good people? Welcome to episode 8 of Cash and Confidence, where we talk money, market power, and respect. I'm your host, Mo Money, and thank you guys so much. I say that every single week, and I mean that every single week. Thank y'all for the love, the support, the feedback. It just keeps me going. Even when I get tired, I'm so proud of myself for maintaining this, even when I'm tired, even when there's a lot on my plate, even when I'm stressed. Just being able to still share this basic financial literacy with you all in this season has been an honor. Speaking of honor, thank you to my dad for listening to the podcast and for giving me his feedback. That's just amazing because my dad is such a huge part of why I learned financial literacy. He's always given me such great financial advice. So thank you, Daddy, for listening. And thank you all for listening as well. And I'm proud of you for being on your journey to financial success. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave me a rating, give me your feedback, whether good or bad. I need to know so the next seasons to come can be exactly what you guys want. This season was just a basic, let's understand money, and the next ones to come are going to be more in depth. I'm really excited. So yeah. Anyways, guys, quick recap. Last week's episode, we spoke of building your portfolio. And this week I want to talk about how to understand the contents that you're putting into the portfolio, right? So this week's episode is going to be called DYOR, Do Your Own Research Investments Edition. Let's start with the fact that a lot of people buy into stocks based off of the hype, also crypto. How many times have you heard on like TikTok, Instagram, wherever, buy this stock, I'm using this stock, and they give you like a list of different stocks that you should buy into, right? I know the hands are there, but stocks that are trending on social media are usually trending based off of emotion. They're not trending based off of fundamentals or the analysis of them, a breakdown of them, unless that person is giving you a breakdown as to why. And even then, I still would recommend you do your own research. I would not buy into that stock just because they say it. Right? Like people buy in because other people are buying, and that's just bandwagoning. You don't know if that stock has already made its move and the big money has already cashed out on it. And here you are at a place where you bought, where it was overbought, and now it's selling and you're losing a percentage of your portfolio. So if you're chasing the crowd, understand that you're already behind it, and just keep that in the back of your mind. You don't know what their exit plan is. If they're just in it for a quick profit, but you're in it for long term, that might not correlate. And you don't know if the company could go bankrupt. And then you have to know that. You have to research that to know that. Without a personal plan, you're just gambling. And you don't want to gamble when you're investing because this is your legacy here. You don't want to lose your portfolio. That's why it's good to have diversification, but you also want to make sure you're researching what you have. Copying someone's entry with no idea of their exiting strategy is literally setting yourself up for loss. The market conditions change. That's another one. What's happening this week might not happen next week. What's happening today might not happen next week. There's different sectors that react differently based on the news. So you have to think about the news as well. Inflation, when the elections are around, that as well. You need to know why something is moving, not just that it's moving. The problem is that you also don't know the risk match of the person. These people might have thousands to lose and you only have $100 to lose. So what could be a dip for them is a disaster for you because it's like everyone's risk tolerance is different. And there's also the fact that people will show this idea of success. It's like this false sense of safety. People show this idea of, oh, I became successful from this. And so you think you're going to be successful from it as well, not understanding that that person has a strategy, most likely, on how they became successful. They didn't just copy somebody. Then if they say they copied someone, I don't know. I'm so untrusting. I still wouldn't even trust that, right? Like always learn how to trust yourself. Like if you didn't do your own research, how do you know whether to sell, buy, to hold? You don't know it. So going off of what somebody else is doing, I don't know, I wouldn't trust it. So now what to look for? Like what is the breakdown of how to do your own research? Well, you're going to look at the business model. You're going to see, what does this company actually do? Is it easy to understand or is it confusing? Because if it's confusing for you, it's confusing for the other consumers, which means other consumers are less likely to buy into that stock. which means the stock market is not really moving at that point, right? And then performance, check the 1 year, the 5 year charts. Look at it from a macro level. Don't just look at the micro level. What happened this week? What happened last month? Those aren't really going to give you a general overview on if the company is consistently growing or if it's all over the place, right? Check the profitability. Are they making money or are they running at a loss? Check the earnings per share. Check the net income. Definitely look at the money of the company. The industry position. Are they a leader? Are they an innovator? Are they barely hanging on? Hanging on by a thread here. What are their competitors doing? When you look at Apple versus Google, and it doesn't have to be versus, right? They've both proven longevity. The thing is that if you want to see rapid growth, think about the one that has the most longevity. I'm not saying one or the other. I'm not here to do that. But I'm saying look at the news of each company and which one can yield you more positive results quicker. Or even if it's not quicker, just which one can yield you the best results. Or invest in both. Put a little bit here and there. Do a fractional share of it. Also, look at the future potential. Be sure you're looking at what they're investing into. Are they investing into growth? Are they looking into new markets? Are they invested in tech? AI is huge right now. AI is going to be one of the hugest sectors for these next upcoming years. And so if the company is investing into that, look at how they're investing into that, right? Look at those. Are they like recession proof? Are they trend based? Look at all those things. And where can you do this research? Where do you look? Public app that has the simplified data, the company summaries. So it's easier for you to see the analysis of each company. You can look at Yahoo Finance. That's going to give you the charts, the earnings, the news, because you need the news with all those things. There is TradingView. TradingView is a little more advanced, like people who've already been trading. But if you guys want to see a breakdown of how to use TradingView, let me know. I'd be happy to make a video on YouTube. Morningstar, this is going to give you your analysis for your ETF and your index funds. Google and YouTube will be good for news, the explainers, people who can show you how to break down the stock. You don't necessarily need to take what stock they're breaking down, but you can understand how they're breaking it down. Pairing it with what advice I'm giving you too, you see. And if you put in, pro tip, type in this company's name, stock analysis 2025, or whatever year you're looking at this, because there's longevity here. But type it into YouTube or Google and then look at the beginner friendly breakdowns for that stock. Red flags to watch out for: no profits, no growth plan, CEO drama, lawsuits. That's a big one because there's been a lot of lawsuits with these companies. There's also been a lot of CEO drama and just overall management drama, right? Stocks that are only booming because of the hype. You don't want to invest into something that's only around for temporary, because you're only going to get temporary results. So be sure that you're looking at the mission of these companies. Is there a clear mission? Is there messy leadership? Is there shaky numbers, in their profitability? It seems like it's a lot of work, but when you're dating somebody, you're investing your time into that person. You're getting to know that person. And that doesn't just stop in the beginning, right? It doesn't just stop at you deciding, hey, I want to invest in this person. You have to continue to invest in that person throughout the relationship. And that would be the exact same thing with your portfolio. You have to continue monitoring what it is that you're adding into your portfolio, because if a company is going bankrupt, you need to know that. You need to know if it's time for you to exit, if it's time for you to buy more. Let's say they're actually doing better, so it's time to buy more. You need to know whether to sell. It seems like a lot, but if you can do it for relationships, you should be able to do it for your financial success. That's the whole part about it. So only invest in what you understand, right? If you can't explain what it is or how it makes money, you might want to just keep scrolling from it. Like, every investment needs to answer two questions. Number one, do I believe in this long term? Number two, can I afford to ride it out if it dips? That's the other part. Risk management we're going to talk about that in the next episode. Risk management, exit strategies, enter strategies, things like that. because those are all very important in investing as well. But in general, you guys got to do your research. Take the time out, take the extra steps to do that, right? Doing your own research is not about being perfect. It's not about knowing exactly what it is you're getting into. It's just about building that trust within yourself. Build that trust with your money, your knowledge, and your future. You've already started. So now you're learning to invest like you mean it. Now you're learning to build your legacy for real. And honestly, get with friends, get with people who want to build themselves up too. Like, even if you got to go to a Panera Bread and just sit with your friends and you all just research different stocks together and you each collaboratively figure out what stocks you guys, if they match your interests, collaboratively figure out what stocks you both can invest into, or a group of friends. Because what's the purpose of having friends if you guys are not building together? It doesn't even just need to be monetarily, but like mentally as well. If you don't have friends that can like lift you up, if you don't have friends that you can actually build with, you don't have friends. Simple. That's a simple concept. You need to have a support system. It makes it so much easier to have a team, to have people around you that have the like-mindedness so you can build yourself with your team, with your tribe. Do that. Seriously. That's why I'm here for you. Be sure to subscribe to all the platforms, because if you ever have questions or whatever, feel free to ask me. Feel free to leave those comments. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm happy to be your tribe. I'm happy to be here with you. I want to build a community of like-minded individuals. That's why I started this podcast, to be honest, because I was hoping the people who listen and they get it and they understand and they want to be a part of it, and we can work together collaboratively. So yeah, definitely share this message to somebody who is wanting to get into financial literacy and somebody that is your accountability bestie. Send it to them, because those are the type of people you need in your life, and you want to be that type of person in their life anyway. So let's all level up together for real. Guys, this was a quick episode. As of recently, they have been quick episodes, but I just thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the newsletter. On Wednesday, I'm going to send out some helpful stuff, as I always do. And until next week's episode, guys, namaste.